Hey Rich, how you doing?
Hey, Conrad, you getting ready? You're almost there?
Yeah, I'm almost there. I always get nervous about these things.
Don't worry about it. It's just Zoom. It's easy. It'll be fun.
Well, the thing is, this Zoom stuff, it just seems too easy. They're like, I don't know. Would you mind going over a couple of things with me? I just want to make sure I've got them right. We're we're
Sure.
we're alone now, right? Nobody
Yeah,
else
yeah,
is
yeah. We
watching.
don't go live for a few minutes.
Okay, all right. Um, the first thing is this no pants thing. I mean, is this really true? I can really do this without wearing pants?
I think you can. I mean,
Okay, so this is going to work. Okay.
pink flamingos, Conrad.
Well,
Let's keep the shot just below, above the waist for sure.
all right. But I mean, I got to admit, it is very comfortable. Okay, now, next thing, okay, the virtual background. Okay, they tell me that you're going to be able to put up like a background. Nobody's going to see what's behind me. It's okay that I've got all the
That's,
toilet paper and stuff out here. No problem.
don't worry. I'm sure we'll be able to put out a palm tree and some, beautiful beach scene, something like that. It'll look great.
Okay. Then the next thing, you know that I am not the most articulate person out there. I've got my notes, okay? I want to be able to read it. Nobody's going to know as long as I have them down here that I'm reading the notes. They're going to think that,
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's just like Stephen Colbert. You'll be just perfect.
All right. Okay. And then the last thing, okay, and this is important to me. I gather there's this feature that's called Touch Up My Appearance, okay? And it's going to be great. It'll make me look like Brad Pitt. I mean, they're going to be asking how we got Brad Pitt as a guest presenter, or at worst, they're going to be saying, how much Brad Pitt looks like me, right? I mean,
Oh, Conrad, I'm looking forward to seeing how that one works. There's only so much you can work with, let's.
okay, well, 3 out of 4 is it's not too bad.
It's great. It's great.
All
I'll
right.
see you in a few minutes. All will be well.
All right. See you soon.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm Les Trent, and welcome to Pure Earth's annual 2020 Benefit Bash, raising critical funds to clean up toxic pollution. A big congratulations to this year's honorees Anna Margarita Garza, Mike Doherty, and Gordon Binkhorst. It's the first time that this event is being held virtually, and we all know why, COVID-19. As a senior correspondent for Inside Edition, I've been covering coronavirus since it entered the U.S. borders. From the beginning, it's been quite apparent that the virus, though, knows no borders. The same is true for pollution, and they are both deadly. The press coverage for COVID-19 is unprecedented. And given that it has caused approximately 440,000 deaths and counting, and the economic impact looms heavy on all countries, it is appropriate. However, according to the Lancet Commission on Pollution and Health, pollution is the cause of 9 million deaths each year, costing the global economy $4.6 trillion. It is the silent global pandemic. Toxic pollution also is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, pulmonary disease, and cancer. It causes and advances chronic conditions, the same conditions which make us more vulnerable to viruses like COVID-19. The good news is, and we're not getting too much good news these days, is that proven solutions exist, and Pure Earth's pollution experts are out there finding toxic hotspots and training communities to clean them up. I'm inspired that all of you are joining us tonight to learn more about the fight against pollution and how to support the life-saving work of Pure Earth. And now, over to Pure Earth CEO, Rich Fuller.
Thank you, Les, and thank you for joining us this evening. And welcome, everybody. I do hope you're all enjoying a cocktail. Here am I with my beautiful, cool, Pure Earth straw that many of you should have received. Solving pollution, this makes us all stronger, healthier, and more resilient to diseases, viruses, and it protects the planet. And with your attention and generous support tonight, we really can make a difference. First, I want to thank our lead sponsors, Indus Capital and Sheldon Kasowitz, and the Clarios Foundation. Grateful to you guys. And I want to let you know, we're going to meet pollution experts from around the world. While we're doing that, we are sourced jewelry auction. We'll also have a guest appearance from one of the most effective environmentalists I know, Carol Browner. She was administrator of the EPA under President Clinton. And our board chair, Conrad, he will test your toxic knowledge and give out a door prize at the end of the evening. Of course, we're here to celebrate our honorees, Anna Margarita Garza, Mike Doherty, Gordon Binkhorst. And we'll have a special cooking demo from Chef Adrian Herrera in Mexico, and he's the top dog at MasterChef Mexico. At any time, please support our work. You can either click on the text you got on your phone before the event, you can go to pureearth.org and support there as well. So guys, we also want to see your photos. What are you doing right now? How are the cocktails looking? Hashtag them Pure Earth Now. We might even show some of them later in the program. So welcome. We're going to start tonight's program in Mexico. Here you'll learn why millions of children are lead poisoned, tens of millions of children are lead poisoned, and how Pure Earth is working to solve this absolutely enormous problem.
In 2015, we received an email labeled urgent from a nurse in Morelos, Mexico. The nurse had discovered a baby with a blood lead level of 40 micrograms per deciliter. Baby Alonso's blood was 8 times over the CDC limit for health intervention. He was exposed to lead before he was even born. Baby Alonso was part of a research study done by the National Institute of Public Health, the Health Ministry of Morelos, and Pure Earth to determine blood lead levels of 300 mothers and their newborns. The study was the first to document lead poisoning in Mexico at a state level. Like many across the country, Baby Alonso's family used traditional pottery glazed with toxic lead to cook and serve food.
Pues y nadie está enterado, nosotros no estábamos enterados.
La mayoría de la gente acostumbra a cocinar, todo a comer en el barro.
Cuando fueron a hacer la prueba, todas las cazuelas salieron positivas y ya no las usamos.
No podía también mantener la cabeza y todo eso, y ahora ya lo hace perfectamente.
Baby Alonso, like so many children in Mexico, was at risk of developmental disabilities, including permanent IQ loss because of lead poisoning.
Se puede cambiar. Cuando quieres lograr algo mejor, se puede hacer. Cuando yo decidí, dije, tengo que cuidar a mis hijos y pues a la gente que nos compra también, ¿no?
Since 2009, Pure Earth has helped potters like Rosario to go lead-free. We've also cleaned up their contaminated workspaces and communities. Now we are helping potters sell online. We are educating customers and encouraging restaurants to buy lead-free pottery. Pure Earth is also setting up a pottery exchange program to provide poor families with lead-free pottery. We knew many children had lead poisoning, but we didn't know exactly how big the problem was nationwide. So Pure Earth worked with the National Institute of Public Health in Mexico to include blood lead testing in the National Health Survey for the very first time. The results were eye-opening. The government now has proof that lead poisoning is a national crisis, and they are making it a priority to protect millions of children. And thanks to the contributions of foundations, corporations, and individuals like you, we will be here to help scale up the solutions. Baby Alonso is now a happy, healthy young boy. His blood lead levels have continued to fall. Our goal is to have many more success stories.
This program is so important and it's now ready to scale up. And Clarios, and especially Ana Margarita, they have been providing extraordinary support and connections within the Mexico community to us for years. Now we're very excited that we're beginning to expand this work substantially with support from Clarios Foundation. They provided leadership grants, and Ana Margarita is guiding that work. I'd like to pass now to Danielle in Monterrey, Mexico, to personally present to Ana Margarita Pure Earth's Impact Award.
Thank you very much, Richard. Tonight, I'm with Ana Margarita Garza, who is the Director for Public Affairs in Clarios. As you know, Pure Earth has a very ambitious goal. We want the world to be toxic-free. And this would not be possible if it wasn't for the support of many people and allies around the world. And tonight, it is an honor for me to give Pure Earth's Impact Award of 2020 to Ana Margarita. The award is a glove that was painted by a Mexican artist called Juan Carlos Cuevas, and he painted a lot of nice pottery from Mexico in it. As you know, some of the pottery in Mexico now has lead, but thanks to the support of you, this will eventually change, and we are looking forward to having all of the pottery in Mexico to be lead-free. So Ana Margarita, thank you very much. You deserve this award very much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Danielle. It is a wonderful, it's an honor to receive this award. It is beautiful and it showcases our beloved traditional Mexican pottery. And this is a very important project here in Mexico in which we have been, Clarios and Pure Earth have been working in advancing public policy in order to remove the lead from cookware and all the traditional pottery. I am very pleased to continue working with Pure Earth here in Mexico and Latin America in order to advance all this important work in our region and our beloved country. So thank you very much. I'll cherish this piece very much, and I look forward to continue working with Pure Earth, Richard, Danielle, and the whole team. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much, Ana Margarita. And now we go with Gerardo González Aleu, who is the Vice President in Latin America for Clarios.
Good evening and thank you, Danielle. On behalf of Clarios and especially on behalf of our Mexico region, I want to thank Pure Earth and the incredible people that works there, for their Impacts Award recognition to our own Ana Margarita Garza, Director Legal, Environmental and Corporate Affairs, for her contributions to protect children in Mexico as part of her involvement in the initiative of lead-glazed ceramics, or barro aprobado in Spanish. Pure Earth aspirations of reduce pollution, save lives, and protect the planet, and Clario's values of doing the right thing and leave the earth better than we found it, find each other in the path of creating a positive impact in the world. This is clearly present not only in Ana Margarita leadership and inside and outside of our company, but actually in the stretch collaboration that we, both organizations, have developed to impact Mexico through this meaningful project for our childhood. We feel proud and honored for this recognition for Ana, and we embrace it as it is our own as an organization, with the responsibility and commitment to continue to work together, giving our children, our towns, countries, and world the best we can. Thank you, and Daniel, we are back to you.
Thank you, Gerardo. So we are back, and we are in the kitchen where we can see the importance of using lead-free pottery. And tonight we have the honor to have Chef Herrera, one of the best chefs in Mexico, to cook for us. So, Chef, what do we have here?
Well, my friend, we are going to prepare today one of the most traditional dishes in northeast Mexico. It's called asado de puerco, pork cooked with spices, with two types of chiles, with orange, with garlic, with onion. And then we're going to serve it with rice and refried beans, flour tortillas, and magical ingredient, of course, avocado. But listen to me, I'm the cook here, and I have something very important to tell you. We must stop using lead pottery.
Yes, in fact, in Mexico, we've been working very hard to support all the traditional potters that prepare this type of cookware so that they turn into a lead-free glazed pottery. So we invite you to be a part of our national effort, which is so important for our country, and join Pure Earth and Clario's and Chef Herrera, who is now graciously joining our efforts here to be a part of this and support the projects that we have around this. So, Daniel?
So we'll be right back when dinner is ready, and we go back with you, Richard.
Thanks, Ana Margarita. Thanks, Chef Herrera and Danielle. This looks delicious. We've got the same meal being cooked here by Chef Fecci, and I can't wait to try it and coming back to you later. And I know both of these meals are going to be lead-free, but that's not the case in most of the world. You know, it's childhood lead poisoning. It's not unique to Mexico. We're finding now that 1/3, 1 out of 3 of all the world's children have lead poisoning. Their blood lead levels are higher than the safe level. It's even here in the US. We know about Flint, Michigan. There are other places in the US with this problem. But the problem in low and middle income countries is absolutely enormous. Let's hear from Carol Browner. She's the former administrator of the EPA, and she's been working on this issue for decades.
Thank you, Rich, for that introduction. Very kind. And thank you for your leadership and all of the work that you have done over so many years, the tremendous difference that you have made. And a special thanks to the Pure Earth staff. You all get up every day and you work hard to make this world a better place. And I am so appreciative of that. And I thank you for what you have done, and I thank you for what you will do. I also want to recognize tonight's honorees, Ana Margarita, Mike Doherty, Gordon Binkhurst, for their commitments to fighting pollution. It is important that people speak out, and we thank you for raising your voices and being a part of this effort. I first learned about lead exposure when I had a young child. I was running the Environmental Protection Agency in the United States. Obviously, I saw the work that they were doing, but it was really brought home to me when my child was regularly tested for lead exposure. I was fortunate to live in a part of the United States where that was a requirement. He was being regularly tested, and he was fine. But I recognize that a lot of people around the world don't have the opportunity to have their children regularly tested. And sadly, far too many children still experience lead exposure. That is preventable, that is stoppable, and Pure Earth has been at the forefront of those efforts. Lead from batteries can find its way into other products like pottery and spices because of illegal smelting activities. Those activities can be stopped. How do we do that? Well, we upgrade the substandard battery recycling practices and policies. We clean up contaminated sites. We educate communities. We monitor lead levels. Pure Earth has been doing that work for 15 years. Their interventions have demonstrated measurable successes, 60% reduction in children's blood levels within 6 months. So again, to all of you who do this work, we thank you. We thank Clarios for their commitment to working with Pure Earth, and we thank you all for joining us this evening.
Carol, thank you a ton. It's so nice to hear from you. I'm happy that we're bringing Mexico into my own kitchen here tonight. And Chef Joey Fecci is here, preparing Chef Herrera's asado de puerco. So, Joey.
Yeah, thanks, Rich. It's an honor to be here. Thanks to Chef Herrera for sharing your recipe. We have the asado de puerco with its traditional accompaniments of arroz and refried greens, and it's all made on this beautiful handmade lead-free pottery, which is awesome.
That's so cool. And the best thing is we get to eat it tonight here in New York, and I'm grateful that you came to do this for us. So let me introduce Carol Sumpkin, who many of you know is our Chief Development Officer, to give you a bit of an update on what's been going on. Carol.
Hi, all. I am so excited to be here and eat this a little bit later, and actually to wear a dress for the first time in 4 months. You guys are being so generous tonight. We're seeing some gifts rolling in. A big thank you to Barbara Zuckerberg for her $10,000 that's helping us clean up a contaminated site. We've got Leslie Ann Gliedman and Etienne Shapiro, who are supporting planting trees in the Amazon. And also Claire Mosley from the UK, supporting families to get blood level testing. So guys, thank you for all of your help tonight. It helps so many kids. Just support benefit.pureearth.org/donate, and just let's keep it going. And over to you, Rich.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's really going great. I'm so excited how well it's going, so thank you very much. Let's find out what our surprise door prize is. Let me pass over to our board chair, Conrad Meyer, who's just across the river from where I am in Tuckahoe, New York. Conrad, over to you.
Thanks, Rich, and hi, everybody. Well, if you can give me a drum roll, we have a beautiful basket of handmade lead-free pottery, and I'm sure you're all wondering how you can win them. Well, you'll need to learn about one of Pure Earth's most important resources, our Global Toxic Site Database. It's a unique database of toxic sites in lower and middle-income countries. The first step in cleaning up toxic hotspots is understanding where they are and their impact on people's health. We've trained over 500 local toxic site investigators to help us with our work. Here's Pure Earth's map of toxic sites. You can see there are an awful lot. So, how many TSIP sites has Pure Earth identified to date? If you can mail your answer to info@pureearth.org, we'll see who can get there first. The first correct answer will get the prize and be announced at the end of the event.
Thanks, Conrad. So email your answers, please, to info@pureearth.org, and we'll look at these results again later in the event. An extraordinary resource for us at Pure Earth is our Technical Advisory Board. This is more than 40 environmental engineers, researchers, epidemiologists, and they volunteer their time and expertise to help us in our program work. You know, we've done more than 120 projects in 27 countries. And we've impacted more than 5 million people. So the TAB members for us are essential. And we like to recognize them at each event. And this year, we're going to give our Pure Earth Guardian Award to someone who's very special to me, Gordon Binkhorst. Gordon has been traveling the world, cleaning up pollution for us for almost a decade, working in Zambia, India, and Bangladesh. And Gordon, I wish you were here in person, but I'm very happy to give this beautiful award that we can give to you in the office soon, the Guardian Award from Pure Earth for 2020.
Well, first, thank you. The award is beautiful. The shovel will come in handy on my next cleanup project, I am sure.
Very small project, but it'll help.
I'm truly honored to have been selected for the award as a technical advisor. I'd only been tangentially involved with Pure Earth till about 7 years ago. When I went to Richard and I said I wanted to do a little bit more. And 4 weeks later, I was on a plane to one of the most toxic places on Earth, a former lead mine in Kabwe, Zambia.
That is throwing in the deep end. This is one of the most contaminated lead problems in the world. So what was it like looking at lead in kids, in soil, in Kabwe compared to what you've been doing in your work as a hydrologist for your own company, Ultra Environmental?
I've been an environmental consultant for 30 years, and I have never, first of all, seen concentrations like that, not only in terms of magnitude, but they were also at ground surface. They were in people's yards, in their vegetable gardens, on the roads, their children playing in the dirt. So the human impact was readily apparent. We also were able to map out that contamination on the spot. We had an XRF, and we were able to map out the entire neighborhood within 4 days, which was quite extraordinary.
And tell me about the kids, the families. What kind of reactions did you get from them when we did the cleanup in the following years?
Well, everybody was very positive. We worked very closely with the people from the city of Kabwe, people in the health department, people in the assessor's office. They actually came out with us and helped us map out that neighborhood. So it was very interactive with the families whose yards we were in, measuring the lead concentrations. And I went back to Zambia 4 times in all, 2 of which was for remediation in those very same yards.
Yeah, the tragedy here is we haven't got enough funding to really complete the job there. We're hoping that there are some more resources can come our way. So any donations you can give to help us continue work there. We've really only done 1/10 of what we need to do in that incredibly toxic places. Now, you've been other places for us as well, Philippines, India, Bangladesh. Any stories you want to share?
Well, I loved all of them. I loved especially working with all the people in the neighborhoods that we worked in. Also, all of our local partners around the world whose help, is essential to being able to do this work. We don't just show up and magically investigate and clean up sites. It's a huge process. We have lots of resources that we draw upon, and just the whole interaction with everybody is really the part that means so much, and the direct impact to the folks we're helping.
So Gordon, it's enormously a great pleasure to have you with us, and the best to say is that you've now joined us as our senior technical advisor, and since January you've come on board full-time to help us to really move Pure Earth into the future. And as you all know, we have an extraordinary set of programs and activities that we're moving forward with in the coming years. So thank you so very much for joining us and being there for us.
I couldn't be more excited to have made the decision to come on full time. Again, since January, I've been extremely busy familiarizing myself with all the projects we do around the world, which is not just lead contaminated soil, it's reforestation of artisanal gold mining, it is lead glazed pottery in Mexico, it is tanneries in Mongolia. It's really extraordinary how much we do. And it's really like, I'm so just excited and proud to be a part of the whole effort. So thank you, Rich, for the opportunity.
Great. Can't wait to see you in the office too. Now it's time to visit another country where we're working, Indonesia. I'd like you all to meet Budi Susilarini. She is a wonderful, wonderful person. She's been with Pure Earth since the very beginning. She's a true pollution warrior.
A warm greeting from Indonesia. My name is Budi Susilorini and it is a pleasure to join you at this very special benefit. With Pure Earth, you could take a part to change a child's life. For just $2,500, we can educate children and their families about the dangers of lead. We visit schools and homes, and sometimes we create comic books and posters to teach kids how to protect themselves. And for $500, we can clean up a contaminated backyard so kids can play without getting poisoned. Thank you for helping.
Thanks, Booty. And remember, just $2,500 is enough to educate an entire community about the dangers of lead, and just $500 will protect a family from lead by cleaning up their backyards. So you can either click on the link in the text that you got, or there might be a link on the screen in front of you right now. If all that fails, again, pureearth.org always will work. So many of you know we've been running a campaign for 10 million lives. Started in 2016, this has been to raise money for all this wonderful work we do around the world, as well as the research we do. Things like the Lancet Commission on Pollution and Health, and our recent report on how pollution from low and middle income countries can impact us in the West as well. Pollution knows no borders. That campaign has been run by two extraordinary people, Sheldon Kasowitz and Charlotte Trefis. And I'm really grateful to have both of them here with me right now. First, Sheldon is here on Zoom from his house out in the countryside. What is it about pollution that moves you so much to want to continue to do this work?
The first spark or ember was meeting you that fateful holiday in Australia, and really very quickly buying into and appreciating your passion for this cause. By the way you explained it, and by your dedication and enthusiasm for it.
You know, the thing that is most extraordinary to me over this last 20 years is that as we've gone on, this scope of this problem has gotten bigger and bigger to now it's at the stage where it's actually the largest cause of death on the planet. I just can't believe that it's turned out to be like this. Did you ever know that when you started working on this issue that it would be something that's just so large and so big and has such an impact?
Well, I don't think I did at the beginning. I'm not surprised that the problem is defined the way it is today and that the scope of the issue is so well known. And again, at the risk of embarrassing you and your organization, I think you guys, or we guys, have a lot to do with that. I mean, I think we have done a lot in the last 15 years to research the issue, to define the issue, to propose solutions to the issue, and to bring attention to it. And so, just for our audience out there tonight, the way I would explain it, and please, Richard, if you disagree or if I'm not giving it justice, you can jump right in. The way I would explain it is this has been a long simmering problem that was neglected. It's very easy to eclipse a problem like this with climate change or issues that are kind of in the press every day. This one affects millions of people today in life or death ways, and it's been out there simmering. So this is not an issue that was created or necessarily even accelerated in the last 15 years. I think it's been defined correctly and diligently and admirably, especially by Pure Earth and prior to that Blacksmith Institute. So you and the team deserve a lot of credit.
It just wasn't anything that people were really concerned about. And it's been growing as time has gone on, especially in these poorer countries, which have industrialized and made a lot of money for a lot of people, but at the cost of local populations being severely impacted. I do think this is an issue that will be around for many decades, and we've got such a lot of work to do ahead of us. But listen, before we talk a little bit more, Charlotte is here in the room with us. So let me bring her into the conversation as well. Charlotte Trefus, who's your co-chair on the campaign for 10 Billion Lives. Charlotte, thanks so much for coming in, actually being live in the house. We're appropriately socially distanced, which is great. But I can't believe it. We made it. We made our commitment. So what do we do next? What do we do?
Well, we made our commitment, and now we are on the verge of expanding the whole organization to really be able to manage the bigger commitment of money and then expand further to do more environmental toxic work. We increased our visibility so more people know who we are.
Yeah.
We have expanded the board. We have fantastic new members, Francois, Catherine, Anna, Ethan, Angelos, and Mark. We've re-engaged the longtime board members who have been around from the beginning or come in, who have helped us do that. That's Paul and Glo, Ruben, Diana, David and Catherine, Ron, Paul, Hussam, and of course our tireless chair, Conrad.
Oh, Conrad, yeah.
Conrad. And we are just on the verge of really getting toxic pollution known in the world and really being able to address it in a much larger format than what we're doing right now.
I couldn't agree more. And I tell you something that has always been the greatest thing about Pure Earth. And Sheldon, you've seen this as well. The board is incredibly engaged, and they're not there as check writers, although grateful, thank you all for supporting. But everyone on the board plays a role in some program activity, programs and objectives, in planning and designing all kinds of different activities for us. It's stunning how deeply involved everyone is.
It is. And it's great fun to be a part of Pure Earth.
Now, I've got a surprise for both of you as well. I've got some gifts for you in gratitude for achieving this. First of all, Charlotte, for you, it's a Pure Earth globe that is made by an Indian artist, Archana Sharma. She designed and built this globe, and this is for you.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you enjoy.
Oh, I love it.
And for you, Shelley, you'll have to wait until see you soon, but we've got another globe that is made by Liv Henson from Nyack, and it's a world painted here, but that is for you when you get back into New York City. Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you very much, and I will point out and give some props to Jen, our longtime partner, who works diligently on the annual benefit, including this one. And I believe it was her idea several years ago to ask a bunch of artists to do these globes, and it was a wonderful idea. And I always look forward to what the artists bring. So thank you very much. I'm honored to have one there.
Well, thank you to you two. Without this, we could never have gone this far without you two. And the future looks great. So looking forward to doing more of it from there on.
Happy to be involved.
Thanks, guys.
Very happy.
So Charlotte, our campaign has achieved a lot more than just raising money, right?
Absolutely. In fact, we've developed and innovated a lot of our programs.
Yeah.
And in addition to the work we're doing in lead, we're doing a ton of work in mercury remediation. And in particular, we've done something that's never been done before in the Amazon rainforest. And so now we're going to fly over to Peru and see what we're doing there with mercury.
Artisanal small-scale gold mining is the leading cause of global mercury pollution. It provides much-needed income for approximately 15 million miners and their families worldwide. Unfortunately, when done improperly, destructive mining methods using mercury not only devastate natural habitats like the rainforest, but poison the environment, community, and the global food chain. Many of these miners use mercury, which acts as a magnet to gold. When mixed together with ground gold ore, the mercury and gold bind together to form an amalgam, which is then burned, vaporizing the mercury. The burning releases dangerous mercury vapor which condenses, settling in soil and waterways where it transforms into methyl mercury. Once in fish, it bioaccumulates across the food chain until it becomes unsafe in seafood, such as tuna, that ends up in supermarkets and restaurants around the world. Exposure to mercury, even small amounts, causes serious health problems. Peru presents a particular challenge when it comes to gold mining. It is home to the second largest area of the Amazon rainforest after Brazil, and is one of the top 10 gold producers in the world. In Madre de Dios in southeastern Peru, the uncontrolled spread of artisanal gold mining resulted in a 2016 mercury emergency and has rapidly deforested wide swaths of the Amazon rainforest. The good news is that for the last 5 years, Pure Earth has been successfully implementing mercury-free miner trainings and begun rainforest restorations on land degraded by artisanal gold mining in Madre de Dios. Pure Earth began this working with small-scale gold miner Pedro Infantes, owner of the Payalita 2 mining concession. We trained him and his miners in gravimetric separation, using gravity and water in place of mercury to separate out the gold. Then Pure Earth implemented the first ever reforestation to rehabilitate rainforests degraded by gold mining in Peru on Pedro's concession. Thanks to a grant from the Tiffany & Company Foundation, Pure Earth is continuing this work with a larger mining association called Amataf, who are operating legally in the buffer zone of the Tambopata National Reserve. Led by Franz Cabanillas, Pure Earth's country coordinator for Peru, we just restored 2.5 hectares of land stripped by mining that is now closed. It may look simple, but this process involves choosing the correct mix of saplings, special fertilizer, proper planting technique, and follow-up monitoring to ensure success. The next step in this project is choosing the best mercury-free mining method for this particular community. Madre de Dios may be the most important region in the world to solve this problem. By refining our interventions and continued collaboration with local governments, miners, and community leaders, we can scale up and support the thousands of small-scale gold miners in Madre de Dios to become mercury-free and help restore the precious deforested land of the Amazon.
Another really important component of our work is to build public demand for mercury-free gold and support jewelers who are committed to using ethically sourced metals and stones. Just now you received a text with a link directing you to the jewelry auction. And what's really important is that we make ethically sourced gold as important as blood diamonds. We will have an opportunity tonight to buy responsibly sourced jewelry together. You've received a text on your phone. You can bid on the beautiful jewelry. Perhaps you've even got a book that came in your goodie bag. And if all of that fails, just go to pureearth.org. It's on the website. So in addition to this year's jewelry auction, where there are 28 pieces, one of the funnest pieces of all was designed by our very own Rich and Drew, and they designed this beautiful mechanical watch. And so it's $1,000. That's all it is for this beautiful watch. And I have already bought my own. The auction closes tonight at midnight. And I thank you again for all your support, because your support is how we do this really vital, vital work. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Charlotte. That's great. And Charlotte mentioned that we are expanding, and this is true. You know, after 2 decades of building capacity in low and middle income countries, of collecting data on toxins like lead and mercury, and building also interest amongst governments to deal with these issues at scale, this has helped us to attract new donors, and we're in a phase now where we can really begin to scale up. And to help us with that, I am really pleased to announce that we've hired an incoming president and chief operating officer, Mark Schnellbacher. He'll start at Pure Earth on August 1st, and he will be my partner with the board and staff, of course, in really taking Pure Earth into the next decade. Mark comes from doing development work for the last several decades recently in Syria for the International Rescue Committee and running an organization much larger than us. So he brings an enormous amount of experience in being able to run international development work. We're also lucky he is vacationing in Alaska. How gorgeous is that? And I have him here on Zoom. And Mark, it looks beautiful where you are right now.
It is. It's fantastic up here. I wanted to thank you, Rich, for giving me the opportunity to join this event as I prepare to join Pure Earth in about 6 weeks' time. I'm eager to join Pure Earth, and the reason I applied for the job and accepted your offer is that, you know, for the last 32 years, I've been working in and around other people's wars and often despaired that there was little we could do but pick up the pieces and couldn't get to the real causes of people's suffering. And what I am so attracted to about Pure Earth is you actually get at the cause of the problem and work with local communities to solve their own problems and then move on for a more hopeful future. So that is probably the main reason why when I saw the ad, I applied for the job, and as we've discussed throughout the recruitment process and ultimately in my decision to accept it, it's the focus that Pure Earth keeps on the people you're trying to serve that is the most compelling reason for me for wanting to join you. So thank you for that opportunity.
I can't wait to see you start again in a few weeks and join us all on this next adventure. So be great to have you there, Mark.
Thank you.
And now let's go in and check again with Chef Herrera cooking in Mexico with Ana Margarita and Danielle.
Thank you, Richard. Dinner is ready, and it is served in lead-free pottery that you can find in barroaprobado.org, where you can find all of the lead-free potteries in Mexico. So, Chef, what do we have here?
Oh, we have a very special dinner, and it's a completely original cooking here. And we have rice with a little bit of tomato, we have refried beans with lard, we have asado de puerco, which is a typical dish from around here, flour tortillas, of course, and avocado. This is very Mexican, of course. And the most important thing about this, as you already mentioned, is that we do not have lead in this pottery. This is what we're trying to fight for.
Yes, in fact, I thank you so much for being here with us and showcasing the importance of the Mexican tradition in cooking, and also inviting you to join us and be a part and support all the projects that Pure Earth and with the collaboration of Clarios and important people like Chef Herrera in making sure that we keep our traditions, we support our Mexican artisans, and use lead-free glazed pottery. So thank you so much for being here with us. We will have a wonderful dinner, and sorry for those who cannot taste this delicious dish, and thank you, and going back to Richard.
Gracias, Chef. Amazing. Mucho gusto. Now let's travel across the globe again to Africa this time and the island nation of Madagascar. You know, 30% of all deaths in Madagascar are caused by pollution. And Pure Earth, along with the Global Alliance on Health and Pollution, have collaborated with government officials, UNICEF's country office, and local universities to develop and now implement a comprehensive health and pollution action plan, which can improve the health of 13 million people over the next 5 years. Let's check in with our Madagascar country representative, Amenda Zingelwa.
What a great evening. Hello from Madagascar. We are the 4th largest island in the world, full of natural beauty. But of course, just like all other countries in the world, we have hidden pollution in communities. My name is Amenda Zingelwa, and I am here to tell you that with $1,000, you can help to send our team of toxic site investigators to identify communities where families are living with pollution, so that we can clean those up. And for just $100, we can test and monitor blood lead levels of children. Your donation is important. Your contributions are important. You are helping to save lives. So from us in Madagascar, we thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Have a great evening. Bye. Veluma.
So we appreciate your support for Madagascar. It's like all the other countries, a place in great need. And remember, giving to this cause, it's just a click away. So, oh, I know this. I know who this is from. This is from Mike. Mike Doherty, are you there?
I'm here, Rich.
Great to see you, Mike. I'm really thrilled you're here because we also want to give you an award too. You've been there for us for so long, supporting all the wonderful things you do. I've been seeing you on TV recently talking about COVID with your organization too. You're a bit of a rock star as well, right? Let me give you this gorgeous Andy Golub creation called Living Earth. It's absolutely beautiful. You'll have to pick it up when we can actually meet in person. But thank you for all that you've been doing.
I can't wait to get it, Rich. It looks fantastic. I'm extremely pleased and honored to be one of your award winners. As you have mentioned, I've been involved with you guys for about 10 years, and more than any other organization I've been involved in, I've often said that Pure Earth is an effective method of delivering the services you guys promise to the people who need it the most. As I've said at the golf outings while threatening people with the balls, you know, you guys can do more with $100,000 than most governments can do with 10 million. And you deliver it to the people who need it most. And, you know, we here, especially now with what's going on, we realize we're all vulnerable, but here in America, we're all blessed as well. And you guys give us an opportunity to share those blessings. And I could not be more pleased to be part of this organization. I would like to say I do miss being actually at an event. I've been working with a pitching coach and have developed a nasty little curveball. So I really look forward to your next event, whatever, the golf outing, the gala. Jen has been kind enough to send me a few dozen of these, and I will be putting them to wonderful use as soon as I can. And my entire family thanks you. Amy, Matt, Leela, I thank them for being part of this. I think they'll be tuning in. And I urge everybody to take a look at the pollution solutions. It's a really great way to actually get the boots on the ground that people need. Amy and I will once again be sponsoring some tree plantings, some cleanups. I urge everybody, please, I'm not there to threaten you with these this year. I know everybody's been very generous when they think I'm going to let them have it. But please, look down the bottom of your screen or go on the website and donate as much as you can. This is a really, really needed effort, and these guys do the best work I've ever seen. So thank you again. Thank you, everybody.
Mike, it couldn't be said better. I appreciate everything you do. And for those who don't know, Mike runs one of the largest cleaning services in New York City, and you make sure you keep all those buildings safe and clean for all the people who are coming back into them. Couldn't do it without you, Mike.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Carol, Jen, the entire organization, all the heroes who work for you. I couldn't be more honored to this. And I really am looking forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Thank you very much.
2, 1.
Mike, thank you so much. As always, you're the best. And speaking of the auction, let's check in online to see how much we've raised with our pollution solutions. So let me have a look. There's some magnificent gifts rolling in. Helen Misk sent a gift in honor of Diana Mkhitaryan. Thank you so much, Helen. Greenbaum Trarik made a generous donation of $2,500 in honor of Mike. Not bad, Mike. Well done. Saori Kumai, I see $2,000 for tree planting in the Amazon. That's brilliant, absolutely needed. Jonathan Roan, a generous gift for Gordon, even better. So let me check out the total. Right now, we're at $176,000 and counting. Let's see if we can get that to $200,000 by the end of the evening. This is really amazing work going on here. So thank you very much. So I think now let's check in with our Senior Development Director, Jen Maricino. Jen, you're looking at all these amazing photos that have been sending in, right?
Well, thank you, Rich. Yes, I'm so excited because we have almost 500 people signed up to virtually attend the benefit this year, watching from all over the world. So thank you so much. We are so excited that many people have chosen to watch our benefit. And we've got some pictures. We've got Sam Boyarsky and we've got Flores all the way from Singapore in these two pictures here. And then from New York City, we've got Charlotte Trefis and Lloyd Zuckerberg. And we have the Estrada couple all the way from Mexico watching. And here we have Anna Muta and Daniel and Allie Stevenson and crew watching from Maine. And let's see, I think our next picture here is our entire Gordon Binkhurst Zoom room. This was a pre-event 15-minute Zoom that we put together. Gordon has people watching from all over the world, all over the country. So thank you all for sending in these photos. It's so exciting to see everybody in their homes watching the show from where they are. So thank you all for tuning in, and back to you.
Thanks, Jen, and thanks to all of you who sent in photos. I hope you're having a great time. I certainly am. My drinks are doing me well. And just so you know, the auction helps to support our Peru country coordinator, Franz Cabanillas, who's training gold miners to use mercury-free methods, and he's reforesting land that's been destroyed by mercury as well. So let's go to Peru now and check in with Franz. You'll recognize him from the video.
Hola, mi nombre es Franz Cabanillas y estoy muy contento de saludarlos desde Perú. Y yo trabajo muy de cerca con los mineros artesanales en la Amazonía peruana. Con tu apoyo de $5,000 podemos convertir muchos más mineros a trabajar en técnicas libres de mercurio. Y por solo $1,000 puedes ayudarnos también a seguir restaurando áreas degradadas por minería. Sabes que Pure Earth es la única institución que trabaja mano a mano con los mineros artesanales, restaurando y reforestando áreas degradadas por minería. Hasta el momento tenemos plantados más de 5,000 árboles en estas antiguas áreas mineras. Gracias por tu apoyo.
Our program is coming to a close. I hope you had as good a time as I have. We'll be emailing the winner of our wonderful door prize, the beautiful basket of lead-free Mexican pottery. And of course, the answer, how many sites have been identified in Pure Earth's toxic site database? 4,922 so far, many more to come. So for me, I'm getting ready to eat Chef Fechi's delicious asado de puerco and pour myself another toxic cocktail using this new Pure Earth straw. The auction closes at midnight, but there's no deadline to support our pollution solutions. You can just go to our website or call us up. And I want to thank you for your time, your commitment here, and generosity. And know that together we can reduce pollution, save lives, and protect the planet. So have a great night.
I want to thank you for supporting us.
Your generosity makes it happen.
Thank you for caring about children living with pollution in Indonesia and around the world.
Your help is essential for our work.
Thanks to this kind of small-scale projects, we were able to save lives of millions of kids in different parts of the earth.
Thank you from Pure Earth, Tajikistan.
You are helping to save life and to make this planet clean.
Thank you so much to everyone for support our work.
La selva amazónica nos pertenece a todos. Gracias por ayudarnos a reducir la contaminación en Perú.
Thank you so much for your generous support and helping us to save children's lives from the devastating effects of pollution.
From all of us here, thank you for supporting our work.
Sincere thanks.
Merci encore une fois à tout le monde.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to everyone supporting our work.
Thank you very much.
Gracias por el apoyo, los niños de México. Thank you.
Is anybody else still connected? Is anybody else still here?